morning, Brian. Good morning, Lisa. Let's have a smooth flight. Let's prepare our plane now. Pre-flight checklist. Engine master switches off and off. Engine mode selector normal. Weather radar off. Predictive wind shear off. GCS set to auto. Landing gear lever down. Wipers off and off. Battery 1 and 2 above 25.5 volts. Battery 1 on. Battery 2 on. External power on. Alright. Let's leave our bird to power up. Okay, Brian, our bird is live. Let's prepare our flight. Cockpit lights as required. APU fire test. Check.
We're ready to pick up our IFR clearance when you're ready.
Lisa, prepare the cabin for boarding, please. We will start boarding in 5 minutes. Can recall normal. Become crew oxygen in bream checked. Become hydraulics checked.
Stansted clearance, Aegean Airlines 680 requesting our IFR clearance.
Brian,
Tango.
Brian, I have the comms.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Understood, Stelios. You're in charge of the comms.
Engine oil quantity, check. Spoilers disarmed and retracted, flaps lever retracted, parking brake set, accumulator and brakes pressure, checked. Lisa, we can start boarding now.
Acknowledged, Captain Stelios. I'll start the boarding announcement now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Aegean's Flight 680, an A320 aircraft from London to Liverpool. We're delighted to have you with us today.
Okay,
Please stow
cockpit
your
preparation
carry-on luggage
checklist.
in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you.
Crew
And take
supply
your seats. We'll be underway
on.
shortly.
Ground
Thank you for
control
choosing
on.
Aegeans,
CBR
and
test
enjoy your
check.
flight.
Evacuations captain and first switch set to captains. ATIRS 1 nav, 3 nav, 2 nav position, strobe lights auto, nav and logo lights on, wind lights on, no smoking signs auto, emergency exit lights Cabin pressure and elevation auto, probe window heat auto, air condition as required, Ecam electrics battery test. Checked. Engine 1, fire test. Checked. Engine 2, fire test. Checked. ISIS panel, set QNH set, anti-skid on. Cockpit preparation checklist completed. Navigation database active. It's time now to switch to V80s. Okay, switching to V80s frequency. Sorry. Okay, V80s frequency 127.18.
Formation Tango. London Stansted Airport, Information Tango. 0950 Zulu. Wind 140 at 3. Visibility 4. Sky conditions, broken at 700 feet. Solid overcast at 1100 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 9er. QNH 1009er. Density altitude 0 feet. Transition level 70. Arriving and departing runway 22. Advise on initial contact you have Information Tango. London Stansted Airport, Information Tango. 0950 Zulu. Wind 140 at 3. Visibility 4. Sky conditions, broken at 700 feet. Solid overcast at 1100 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 9er. QNH 1009er. Density altitude 0 feet. Transition level 70. Arrive.
Okay, it's time to grab our clearance. Stansted clearance delivery. Good morning. This is Aegean 680 ready to copy IFR to Liverpool, John Lennon Airport with information Tango.
Aegean 680. Information Tango is current. Cleared to Liverpool via the Utah 1 Romeo departure, then as filed. Departure runway 22. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 120.625. Squawk 6252. 1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Cleared via the Utah 1 Romeo departure, then as filed, departing runway 22, initial climb to 4,000 feet, departing frequency 120.625, squawk 6252, Aegean 680. Good day, sir.
Aegean 680. Read back correct. Ground is on 121.73 safe flight, sir.
121.73, Aegean 680. Good day.
Captain Stelios, boarding has commenced and the first passengers are now aboard. We're all set to go.
Thank you, Lisa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Aegean's flight 680, an A320 aircraft departing from London and heading to the vibrant city of Liverpool. My name is Lisa, and along with my fellow crew members, John, Sarah, and Mike, we're delighted to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and ensure your hand luggage is securely stowed in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to any of us. Thank you for choosing Aegeans, and enjoy your flight. You're welcome, Captain Stelios. Boarding is underway smoothly.
Okay, let's continue our flight preparation. Arrival via LPL1 transition. Okay, flight plan is ready.
Buongiorno, Ryanair Bravo 26 for radio check.
Our takeoff performance.
And Ryanair Bravo 26, have information Victor on board, request clearance to Bergamo.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Ryanair 242, request permission start.
Okay, a lot of clouds, maybe foggy. Decision height 200 feet, decision altitude 278 feet from my charts. Okay, flight preparation completed. Cockpit preparation checklist, continue. Fuel pumps on. Seatbelt signs on. Radio control panel as required. Annunciator lights. Test. Checked. Doors checked. Cockpit door locked. FS panel and MCP. Initial altitude climb to 4,000 feet. Set. Oxygen mask test. Checked. APU master switch on and start. Okay, APU is starting. APU available. ECAM fuel check. Checked. Before start checklist. External power off. APU bleed on. Beacon lights on. Transponder code 6252.
Captain Stelios, the cabin is ready for departure.
Set to standby. Thank you, Lisa. We will depart in 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Aegean's flight 680, an A320 aircraft departing from London and heading to the vibrant city of Liverpool. My name is Lisa, and along with my fellow crew members,
Okay.
John,
Brian, can you
Sarah,
brief me
and
for
Mike,
departure,
we're
please?
delighted to have you with us today. Our captain is Stelios, and our first officer is Brian. We're expecting a flight time of approximately 42 minutes. Now, let's go through our safety briefing. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the strap. To release, lift
Brian, are you there? Can you brief me for departure?
Your life vest is located under your seat. In case of a water landing, remove the vest from its container and pull it over your head. Secure the strap around your waist and pull to tighten. Inflate the vest by pulling down sharply on the red tabs or blowing into the tube. This aircraft has 8 emergency exits, 2 at the front, 4 over the wings, and 2 at the rear. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, keeping in mind it may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your flight with us. You're welcome, Captain Stelios. We're all set and ready for departure in 5 minutes.
Brian, are you there?
We'll be departing from runway 22. We'll be flying the UTH-1 Romeo departure with an initial climb altitude clearance to 4,000 feet. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climb altituding to FL 240. Weather at departure shows no significant issues. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climb altituding to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 6252, and departure frequency will be 120.625. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb altitude out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Let's have a smooth flight, Brian. Let's go. Stansted ground, Aegean 680, ready for push and start.
Aegean Airline 680, Stansted ground, push and start approved, face northwest.
Push and start approved, facing northwest, Aegean 680. Ground crew, good morning. This is the flight deck of Aegean 680 at parking at gate 52 right. We're ready for pushback.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Ground to cockpit. Good afternoon. Tug is on its way to gate 52. Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready to start the pushback.
We're ready to start.
Ground to cockpit. Alright, please release the parking brake. Starting pushback.
Parking brake released.
Ground to flight deck. Cleared for engine starting sequence.
Starting engine number 2. Engine mode selector, ignition. Starting engine 2.
Ground to cockpit. Please confirm if you're ready to start the pushback.
Engine 2 available, starting engine 1.
Ground to flight deck. Pushback complete. Please ensure parking brakes are set. Standing by for confirmation of good engine start and report when ready for disconnect.
Parking brake set. Okay, both engines are available. Ground crew, both engines available. You can disconnect the tag now. Thanks for your services. Good day. After start checklist, engine mode selector, normal, APU bleed, off.
All right, we're disconnecting now. Stand by for confirmation that the ground crew is clear.
Anti-ice as required. Spoilers. Armed. Flaps 1, set to takeoff. Rudder trim. Reset.
Ground to flight deck. Bypass pin removed. We've disconnected and crew is clear. You're good to go. Have a great flight and see you next time.
Thank you. Good day.
You're welcome. Have a great flight. Goodbye. Ground to cockpit. The tug is already disconnected.
It's trim set to take off after start checklist completed. Stansted ground, Aegean 680 ready to taxi IFR to runway 22 with information tango.
Aegean Airlines 680, Stansted ground, taxi to runway 22 via Charlie East, Charlie Sierra. Contact tower on 123.805 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 22 via Charlie East, Charlie Sierra. Tower on 123.805 on departure, Aegean 680. Good day, sir. Okay, taxi checklist. Nose lights set to taxi. Runway turn off lights on. Wing lights on. Chrono set run. Parking brake released. Lisa, we are starting taxiing now. Cabin crew advised. Taxi checklist completed.
Thank you, Captain Stelio. Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check.
This is Delta Alpha Foxtrot, request pushback and startup, please.
Airbus Echo Alpha Foxtrot, pushback and startup approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and startup approved, face northwest, Delta Alpha Foxtrot.
At GN 680, contact tower on 123.805, so long.
Tower on 123.805, again 680. Okay, back to brake set. Switching to tower frequency before takeoff checklist. Flight controls. Checked. Predictive wind shear on. Auto brake. Max. Takeoff configuration normal. Terrain on ND on. Weather radar on, transponder on, TCAS, TA array, PAX as required, strobe lights on, landing lights on, those lights set to takeoff. For takeoff checklist completed. Stansted Tower, Aegean 680, holding short of runway 22, ready for departure.
Aegean Airlines, 680, Stansted Tower, runway 22, winds calm, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 22, Aegean 680. Brian, take over communications, please.
Understood, Stelios. I'll handle the communications from here.
Cabin crew, switch for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Captain Stelios. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Ryanair 54 Golf Echo, contact departure on 120.62, fires by the fires.
Ryanair 54 Golf Echo, passing 1,200 feet. 120625, Ryanair 54 Golf Echo.
Okay, let's go. Engine stabilized, thrust levers flex, MAN flex 70 SRS runway auto thrust group. Thrust set.
Switching to departure on 120.625, Aegean Airlines 680. Stansted radar, Aegean Airlines 680, afternoon, climbing past 1000.
The takeoff checklist.
Aegean Airlines 680, Stansted radar, identified. Climb flight level 180.
Climbing flight level 180, Aegean Airlines 680.
Flight level 180 set. Autopilot 1 engaged, thrust reverse, climb, packs on, anti-ice as required. Flaps retracted. Climb checklist. Flaps above us retracted. Spoilers disarmed. And we turn off lights. Off. Nose lights off. Transition attitude.
FDX323 Stansted radar. Descend and maintain 3500, turn right heading 075.
Descend and maintain 3500, turn right heading 075, FDX323. Stansted radar, good evening, FDX323 at 5000 feet.
FDX323 Stansted radar, good evening, QNH 1022.
Transition altitude, QNH set to standard. Feet checklist. Landing lights off, wind lights as required, secret signs off. Tips control panel as required. Turn on entry off.
Dear guests, we've now reached a safe altitude and you may use your electronic devices. Our onboard Wi-Fi service is also available for your convenience. We are cruising towards Liverpool and our estimated flight time is approximately 42 minutes. The weather in Liverpool is calm with a temperature of 9 degrees Celsius. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us on Aegean's Flight 680.
Aegean 680, contact London Control on 1288.48.
Switching to London Control on 128.48, Aegean Airlines 680. London Control, Aegean Airlines 680, afternoon, climbing through flight level 130 for flight level 180. Aegean Airlines 680, London Control, identified, good afternoon.
checklist.
Aegean Airline 680, London Control, expect the Elvo 1 Lima arrival. In about 10 minutes, I'll start your descent. Expect the LVO 1 Lima arrival. Aegean Airline 680.
Ladies and
Tickets
gentlemen,
set
this is
below.
your lead flight attendant speaking. We've reached our cruising altitude and will be starting our snack and drink service shortly. Today, we have a delightful selection for you, including our popular chicken Caesar wrap and a vegetarian pasta salad. After we've completed the service, we'll also be offering a selection of items from the Aegean's shop. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your flight with us to Liverpool.
Okay, just check. I'll get a weather report for Liverpool. Okay, light winds, a lot of clouds, maybe foggy conditions. Brian, I will have the comms from now on, thank you.
Understood, Stelios. You've got the comms.
Send preparation checklist, weather checked, become status checked, right one confirmed. Approach performance, let's calculate it. 7.
Piper Alpha 5 Tango, contact hardest approach on 119.155.
Going to Cardiff approach on 119.155. Piper Alpha 5 Tango. Thanks, bye.
Performance approach calculated.
London Control, Skyways 283 with you climbing through flight level 175, flight level 320.
As required. Break. Set to move.
Skyway 283, London Control, identified. Good morning.
Send preparation checklist completed. Center, Aegean 680, we would like to start our descent now, please.
Aegean 680 cleared, Elva 1 Lima, arrival into Liverpool. When you're ready, descend flight level 100.
Can you hear me?
Clear for the Elva 1 Lima arrival, descend now to flight level 100, Aegean 680. This is how we will begin our descent.
Thank you, Captain Stelios. I'll prepare the cabin for descent. Ladies and gentlemen, we've left our cruising altitude and begun our approach to Liverpool. Please return to your seats, stow your tasers, fasten your seatbelts. The use of the lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Aegean 680, contact Liverpool approach on 118.455.
Switching to 118.455, Aegean 680. Liverpool approach, good afternoon, Aegean 680 at flight level 120, descending to flight level 100 with you.
Aegean Airline 680, Liverpool approach identified. Good afternoon, expect the ILS runway 27 approach into Liverpool.
Expecting the ILS runway 27 approach via the Lima Papa Lima 1 transition to Liverpool, Aegean 680. 10,000 feet checklist, landing lights on, seatbelt signs.
Aegean 680, cross key gun at flight level 070.
Descending to flight level 070, Aegean 680.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Liverpool, please ensure that all electronic devices are turned off and stowed away until we have
Bridge
arrived.
control panel,
Kindly turn your train
asset
tables to
wired,
upright
LS
and
on,
locked positions,
turn
and
on
make sure
NG
your seat backs are in their full upright positions as
on,
well. Please ensure that your seat belts are securely fastened.
progress
Once
GPS
we land,
accuracy.
our Aegean staff will provide you with information
Hi.
regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation. Cabin crew, please check that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts. Captain, cabin is ready.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome, Captain Stelios. We're all set for our approach into Liverpool.
Brian, can you brief me for arrival?
We'll be arriving in Liverpool on runway 27 using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Elvo 1 Lima arrival. Transition level is 60. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 27. Weather at arrival shows winds calm. Scattered clouds at 3600 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6252, and approach frequency will be 118.455. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Thanks, Brian.
Aegean 680, proceed direct CF27, descend altitude 2000, QNH 1008 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 27 approach. Diamond 6 Romeo Bravo, contact Liverpool Tower on 126.355.
Liverpool Tower on 126.355, Diamond 6 Romeo Bravo.
Direct to CF27, descending to 2000 feet, clear for the ILS runway 27 approach to Liverpool, Aegean 680. Transition level, QNH set. flaps 2. Approach sound. Autopilot 2 engaged. Cat 3 dual. Decision altitude 278. Light slope and localizer 2.
Contact Liverpool Tower on 126.355.
Liverpool Tower on 126.355, it's 1680. Liverpool Tower, Aegean 680, inbound for ILS runway 27 approach.
Aegean Airline 680, Liverpool Tower. Continue approach for runway 27. Winds calm. Piper 51 for park. Contact departure on 118.455.
Contact departure 118.455. Piper November 8351 Papa.
Localizer established.
Aegean Airline 680, Liverpool Tower. Winds calm. Runway 27, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 27, Aegean 680. Glide slope captured. Landing gear done. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3. North lights on. Nose lights set to take off. Flaps full. Land configuration no blue. Cabin crew is for landing.
Acknowledged, Captain Stelios. Cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Brian, take over communications, please.
500.
Understood, Stelios. I'll handle the communications from here.
100 above.
Autopilot disengaged.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30.
Diamond 36 Romeo Bravo with Yankee. Ready to copy IFR
Reverse.
clearance to Dusseldorf.
Reverse green. Diesel.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
knots, reverse side.
Aegean 680, welcome to Liverpool. Contact ground on 121.955.
Switching to ground on 121.955. Aegean Airlines 680.
After landing checklist. Spoilers, disarmed and retracted. Landing lights off.
Liverpool ground, Aegean Airlines 680, afternoon. We're clear of runway 27 and ready to taxi to the gate. Aegean Airlines 680, Liverpool ground, taxi to Terminal 51 via Echo Alpha Tango. Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Liverpool.
Terminal 51 via Echo Alpha Tango, Aegean Airlines 680.
First Officer Brian. The local time here is 12:05 p.m. The weather is
Weather
quite
radar
pleasant with a temperature of 9 degrees Celsius and a few
windshield
clouds scattered around.
off,
Did you know that Liverpool
flaps
is the birthplace of the
retracted,
Beatles? It's also
Vicas
home to the historic Albert Dock, which is a UNESCO
above,
World Heritage Site.
standby,
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened
control
until
panel,
we reach our final parking position
off,
and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
master switch,
On behalf of Captain
off,
Stelios, First Officer Brian, and your cabin crew, including myself, Lisa,
And
along
start.
with John, Sarah, and Mike, we
LENNON
thank you
NV,
for flying with Aegeans. We hope you have a wonderful stay
after
in
landing
Liverpool,
checklist
or
completed.
wherever your travels may take you. Goodbye and take care.
Liverpool, very good evening, Logan 327, stand to RJ70, with information Charlie, request IFR clearance to Exeter, please.
I'll have your clearance in just a second. Easy 17 Victor Juliet. Contact tower on 126.355.
Over tower 126.355, 17 Victor Juliet.
One is occupied, so we will switch to 5-2. set. Parking checklist, parking brake on, chrono stop, candle temperature checked, brake fan not required, runway turn off, lights off, no lights off, APU bleed on, engine 1 and 2 off, lights off, seatbelt lights off, fuel pumps off.
Captain Stelios, we are now parked at the gate. All doors are in park mode, and we're ready for deboarding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Liverpool. We've just arrived safely at Liverpool John Lennon Airport, thanks to Captain Stelios and First Officer Brian for an excellent landing. The local time is 12:10 p.m., and the weather is a pleasant 9 degrees Celsius, with a few clouds. On behalf of the Aegeans and your cabin crew, including myself, Lisa, along with my fellow crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. We hope you have a wonderful stay here in Liverpool, or a safe journey to your next destination. Goodbye and take care.
Easy 42002, can I have a radio check?
Lisa, we can start deboarding now.
Easy 42002, we're looking for IFR clearance to Gatwick,
Okay,
please.
Captain Stelios, all doors in park.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
We have reached our final parking position. Captain Stelios and the cabin crew are now saying goodbye. We wish you a nice stay here in Liverpool, or a safe, ongoing travel.
Brian, I'll send my delay allocation card for 2 minutes. Okay, everyone has deboarded. Lisa, secure the cabin and let's go. Securing the aircraft, crew supply off. Attention. 1 off, 2 off.
Okay, Captain Stelios, the cabin is secure and we're ready to proceed.
Lights off, wind lights
Stansted 225, ready for push and start.
strobe lights off.
Speedbird 225, push and start approved. Call when ready to taxi.
Speedbird 225, runway 09, requesting departure.
External power off. Battery 1 and 2 off. Brian, thanks for flying with me. It was a nice flight.